Hey everybody, it's Monday. You know what that means. It's another recap of the best decks to play to get you through the week. Remember, there's two things this week. Number one, in the middle of the week, the season ends. And number two, that same time frame, we're also getting the Auto Apocalypse mini set launch. So keep in mind that things are going to change pretty rapidly at the end of the week, but what I did was I went through all the decks that I saw, and I tried to break it down to bronze through gold. I did win rates as high as possible. I think most of these are 70% win rates, right around that, and as low dust cost as possible. But if we're looking at the win rates all across the board, right now we got Paladin, Hunter, Death Knight, Priest, Demon Hunter, almost the exact same as last week, excuse me. And then Druid, Rogue, and Mage are just on the bottom of the win rates. They're still strong, like I said, and I believe it's the same thing across the board. For the past few days, every single class has at least one deck that'll get you through and has an above 50% win rate. But like I said, from now today, we're going to go through some pretty high win rate decks. Let's get to it. Face Hunter, number one. This has a 70.5% overall win rate average. You've seen it before. This is, it's a very aggressive Face Hunter deck. And what you're doing is you're, building up your minions with bananas. You're building up your minions with the doggy biscuit. You also have the barrel of monkeys, where you can keep on throwing taunts to keep your board busy. And then with Dragonbane and Pazik and School Teacher, this one's it's really good. I believe the dust on this is 8,940 dust, so it's not crazy cheap, but it's just a 70% win rate is really good. It has a little bit of trouble with paladins and a little bit of trouble with death knights, but it's not terrible. It's it's only 64% of a win rate with paladin and death knight. That's a good number to have. So if you have the dust for this, it's pretty cool. I really like the Hope of Quel'Thas. After your hero attacks, give your minions +1/+1. You already have the ability to throw a bunch of cheap minions on the board, and this will make it overpowered pretty quickly. So again, Face Hunter. So you're hitting face as much as humanly possible. So definitely consider trying that one out. Next one here is, let's see, Frost Death Knight. This one has a 70.8% win rate, and you've heard it before, you've seen it before. This is, almost the same normal package. It's super cheap though, 4,680 dust, and it's really not losing to anything. It doesn't have a Achilles heel in terms of other classes, and it's just play like normal. I've noticed that a lot of people have been adding Pazik in their decks. But yeah, it's got Frost Worms, it's got Frigidaire, it's the normal essential Frost package that you've been seeing for now almost 2 months. It's still a good deck. It's very cheap, and with a 70.8% win rate, that will get you where you need to go. Next one here, and we've mentioned this before, is Totem Shaman. So Totem Shaman is at a 72.7% average win rate, and it's really good right now. Higher than it was before. It's only 6,220 dust, and it's got a high average against everybody. Against druids, 93.5% win rate. So you essentially can't lose with these. Your mileage may vary. It's just a totem package. So you've got the mistake, you've got small schooling piranhas, and your goal is to work with Grand Totem Eyesore and Stonewright and Bloodlust to just throw those totems out there and then just make them bigger across the board. You've also got Rotgill that'll give your other minions. Death Rattle will give your minions +1/+1, so you can build up some big boards from this. And then Thing from Below, it's going to be super cheap at the end game, and then Giganta Totem. It's cost 1 less for each totem you've summoned this game. This is a powerful, aggressive deck, and it's really good. So if you've not seen that deck before and you have a bunch of the cards for this, I would definitely consider trying this one as well. So without going crazy, and you know I love Paladin, I wanted to throw 2 Paladin options here, mainly for their win rates. The Pure Paladin is a 71.8% win rate, and then Mech Paladin is a 69.3% win rate. Both decks are really low. The Pure Paladin is only 7,700 dust, give or take, and then the Mech Paladin is only 5,280 dust. So with Pure Paladin, it's exactly what it was last week and the week before and 3 weeks before that. Funkfin is in there. There's a lot of things with Divine Shield. You've also got the Grime Street Outfitter that gives all minions in your hand +1/+1, and then you have Purator, Countess, Leviathan, and Light Ray. Those are in all Pure Paladin decks. It's easy to pilot. In my opinion, this is one of the easiest decks to pilot right now. It's just simple. Get the stuff on the board and then build that strong board. Before you know it, you have multiple opportunities to kill your opponent. With Mech Paladin, it's a little bit different, but it's, Mech Paladin's been around for a while since they did, Voyage to the Sunken City, where they had all those mechs in there. And this is also using Leviathan, also using Ziliax, any Storm Coil. You're just building up these mechs. And look, this one, Goldwing, and I haven't used Goldwing a lot, but Russian Battlecry, if you're holding a mech, gain Wind Fury. So there's lots of opportunities here. It's a lot easier to pilot than some of the more complicated decks out there. And with, like I said, only 5,280 dust, you can't go wrong. Other Paladins is the only weakness with this. So everybody else win rates are very high. Again, this is like the other one that if it's Druid, you can't really lose, and Warrior you can't really lose. But the only one that you're dealing with right now is Paladin, which is a 50% win rate. So I think Pure Paladin is much easier to pilot, and I also think it's much easier to play against a Druid or a Warrior than another Paladin, but it's a 50-50 toss-up. So that's it for right now. Please go check out these decks, see if you're interested in them. Remember, Audio Apocalypse comes out in just a couple of days, so everything's going to change. I do not know how far this will get you, and remember, there's a new meta that's going to happen in just a couple of days anyway, with them resetting the season. So good luck, have fun. Make sure you go to hsreplay.net, because it's where all the information is, and that's where I go. I'm there 24/7, and like and subscribe.